Thank you for joining for another episode of the Finance Magnets Blockchain Podcast. Today's guest is Carolina May. Carolina will be a guest on the blockchain panel at the London Summit. So we're now interviewing the panelists in order to give you a preview of what's going to be and why you should join us in London. Good to see you, Carolina.
Hi, I'm glad being here.
Thank you. So let's get right into it. How does it feel to transfer from the FX world into the crypto world? I should just say, for anyone who's not familiar, you're the former CEO of FX Street, and currently you're a strategic advisor to NewsBTC.
Well, in both cases, what I try to do and work with the websites. They both are information websites and tools for traders. So it's trying to help traders make more informed decisions in whichever business they are, which is Forex or the crypto world. Both, I think, both are currencies in a way. So in that sense, they could feel very similar, but there is a difference in how events affect one asset or the other. For example, there is more political or economic events that currently affect the Forex world that do not currently affect crypto world, because crypto is still a new it's something new coming out, so the events that affect it are more related towards crypto itself, where in Forex there are more generic events that do affect how currencies are moving.
Exactly. Yeah, I can see right now, for example, because of the events in Spain. So people on the forums, they're trying to link it to the price, and it doesn't seem reasonable, because you can see where the trade volumes are coming from, right? And they're coming from the Far East. So yeah,
yeah, I think they all affect more the Euro USD than the crypto world itself, compared to the events that happen in China, for example, specifically related to cryptocurrencies.
Exactly. So other than the news environment being different, do you find that the readers are different? The people are interested in FX news versus crypto news?
Well, I think the crypto world is quite new, and that's how traders are too. There are a lot of traders that are buying cryptocurrencies that do not come from the Forex world. They came attracted to buying this currency because of the value it have gained in the past few months and few years, compared to Forex, where you enter the market knowing the events that surround it, or the technical, like looking towards a more complete scenario, because the Forex world has been there for a longer time compared to crypto. Crypto is more maybe people interested in technology that are buying cryptocurrencies, or people looking to invest their money, more than people that enter the market and are daily traders, for example, and maybe leverage their Forex portfolio towards other assets they are trading. I think crypto people, even that do not invest in other assets, are investing in crypto because it's this new thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's definitely, if I look at let's say the stereotype, or the broad the average trader, it looks like crypto compared to FX is much younger demographic and much more technology oriented than trading oriented. Meaning they came to this because they heard about the technology, or because they heard about this magic internet money that You just invest $200
Yeah.
and you get 1,000 back, and that's why they came to it rather than FX, which is people that are more looking into like finding arbitrage and writing, trading algorithms and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. I think the big thing about crypto, I think it's in the new digital revolution is where crypto stands. So people are investing in it as a technology, more as a currency. Although you can use the crypto money in some places, it's not something that it's still on the regular. I think it's going towards that because I think although right now there is this hype of different cryptocurrencies and maybe it resembles to the internet bubble almost like 20 years back. I think is where the finance world is going to. But right now there is this thing that a lot of cryptocurrencies are appearing. There is this hype investing there where we still don't know where or how it is going to end. So these early technology adopters are the ones that are buying these cryptocurrencies, and then all these other people that are hearing about that and how much money you can make and going into this market. But I think crypto is a lot more than just buying a currency that's going up very fast and can go down as fast as it came up. It has to do with a new way of rethinking finance. And we still don't know where it is standing, and this is why it is so volatile at the moment. But I think it's where the finance arena is going.
Yeah, I'd agree. Right now, it's very much like buying a stock in tech stock in 1999. You don't know if you're buying Pets.com or Amazon. You don't know, 20 years down the road who's gonna become a billionaire and who's just gonna lose all their money. So that's
Yeah.
the way.
Yes, exactly. Like one of them will succeed, or maybe a few of them. It doesn't mean that the one that is on the top right now, as we can see, Bitcoins will be the one that will. We'll see what happens. I think the important thing is to look at the technology behind it, the blockchain technology, and how it will affect the way people do transactions, how the online in finance works, the role of the banks itself, where they will be in a few years from now, if they will be adopting this technology, if they another type of banking system will appear and the old one will disappear. We don't know yet about that, and that's the exciting thing about this. Is the new thing. We all know it is. We still don't know the direction it will take in a few years down the road.
And speaking about the technology, other than banking, what other fields do you see blockchain technology, changing the business world landscape?
Well, as I said before, there is a digital revolution going on at the moment in many fields. Everything is going towards a more transparent business without intermediaries, where people can, for example, in this case, you trade a Bitcoin or a Ethereum or any crypto, you sell it, another person buys it, and this works in many areas. You can see Uber, where you want a taxi, you get through an app, car driver. With hotels, it's happening the same. So this is something global happening with the digital world. And blockchain technology allows for a lot of information to be encrypted, and you can get there, for example, in the health area. You can have all your health history encrypted in blockchain, and then any doctor over the world can access your health history and see what's going on with you. So I think this is about the technology itself and how it will be changing different areas.
Mm-hmm. But as a technology, right, as blockchain technology, it can also take over traditional currencies, fiat currencies, government-issued currencies. We're really talking about Japan and other countries issuing a digital coin. Sweden, right? So they're issuing like a digital yen or a digital dollar, right? So it's possible that in the future, when we say dollar, we won't mean that the paper will mean some number on a blockchain, right? But it's a government administered
Yes,
currency
completely. And
rather than a.
this is exactly why I say it is changing the banking system. Um, I think like there's no point in having paper anymore. In lots of countries, you can pay with your cell phone, different services. So why should you have a wallet with papers where we have access to all this technology? So yes, completely. I agree that paper won't be on the streets anymore. Probably in first world countries, this will happen first, but this is the tendency. And I think it's more secure. It's more where everything is in the cloud, where you have all the information there, where you can get your wallet stolen. Of course, you can get the cryptocurrency stolen with hackers, but the system is with it's much more secure. You have all the history there, so it's much easier to track all your operations. So in the end, it will help towards transparency, towards avoiding like money laundering and all these things, but because everything has to be there, uploaded, all the history is there, all the transactions are there. So it should help also governments take control over what the citizens are doing with the money, and making sure that that all this makes it more transparent and easy for people to use and also to be monitored.
Yeah, it's very strange because if you listen to Bitcoin advocates, they will say that this is freedom, right? This Bitcoin is going to provide you with ultimate freedom from central banks and government, having control over your money. But it could easily be used, the technology actually to track everything, so you won't be able to, withhold tax or buying
Yeah,
stuff that the
like
the
we won't
government.
enter into the philosophical meaning of freedom, but I think uh, right now with corruption and a lot of things coming from the government as well, if you can track all the money that is being used in the government, not only track the citizens, but what people in the government how they make use of the money from our taxes as well, it makes it more transparent the other way as well. Because if not, it feels like, the government can control you and what you do with your money. Well, in the end, you have to make it more transparent if you want to end corruption and money laundering and all this that doesn't have to do about just seeing what a regular citizen is doing with their money, but a society as a whole.
That's a very interesting concept, to have like a transparent government where you can see where each one of your taxes go to, where does your money end up. I don't think they'll agree to that. Maybe Singapore, places like that are very very well governed. I think most governments will resist something like that.
Well, but the same with the banking system. I don't think they'll be happy to have everything completely transparent to see where the money goes. But at some point, I think the pressure will go towards that. Like you can say it, as I was speaking before, like this is a global tendency in many, many businesses. And as I said, with Uber, you have all the cab drivers protesting against it. Well, maybe Uber won't be the final system that will end up working, but maybe, yes, a system where you can have more control over how much you spend, and you can decide before going into a cab, okay, this is where I want to go up, not just going to the street and going into the first cab you see. Same with Airbnb and hotels. So I think, yes, maybe whoever right now have the power in that system, in this case the banking systems or how the governments use their money, they won't be big advocates for that. But in the end, they'll have to adapt and be able to adopt these new tendencies.
Yeah. Hopefully, the technology is gonna be used for transparency. But yeah, but you can also get a situation where there is no Uber, but it's just a decentralized organization running on blockchain, and there's no one to complain to. Just smart contracts, and there's no person on the other side, right? Okay, so we got a bit off track going with this. Let's get back to
yeah, I'm very enthusiastic about that, and of course there are different more views that are maybe not so enthusiastic as mine is. We'll see. As I said, it's like I don't think there is the right answer to this. As I said, when the internet started, there were many hypotheses and everything, and then in the end, you see, okay, all this freedom and everything is not so much freedom, but yes, it makes it easier. It gives access to information to a lot of people that didn't have to. So I think there are new things, even if it's not the ideal world where you see everything is transparent and people can trade within themselves and there's no intermediaries. The ideal world doesn't exist, but at least that it can take it to a better place than where it is right now.
And okay, so let's go back to trading. Do you see at any point the cryptocurrency world and the FX world merging? In this, I mean, I'm talking about retail trading, like exchanges and brokers, right? FX brokers and crypto exchanges.
I see them coming together. I don't think at this point there's probably FX traders that also trade crypto and the other way around. But and you always compare the crypto to, for example, US dollar or euro. So you're always comparing the crypto to a currency that works in a region or country. So in the end, they are related. But as I said, I don't think it's the same type of trading at the moment. I think it's going towards that. If it becomes like cryptocurrencies start becoming the official currencies of different regions or countries, they will start being more like closer together. But right now it's an investment asset. It's not being used so much as a currency itself, and this is why they are not so close to each other, and it's not there's why like the type of traders are different at the moment.
I'm seeing people on the trading technology side, right, starting to move toward the crypto rate because it has much higher speculation, right? There's a lot of speculators, and people are attracted to the volatility, which is very bad for as a real currency, right? If you want to pay, for your meal at lunch, you want to know that the currency doesn't fluctuate 10% between breakfast and lunch. But for people to do for arbitrage between exchanges and stuff like that, those people are attracted to
Well, as I said, it's an investment asset, and it's something where people can go to protect from other assets, but it's not working as a currency. As you said, you go for lunch and you pay 10% more than you did for breakfast. So at this moment, as I said, it cannot work really as a currency itself. But I think it has to do also because of the fact that it is so new. In the end, when more people start going in and there are more transactions, it will have to stabilize it. But it's not the case at this moment. And that moment is where Forex and crypto will start merging a lot more than they do right now.
Mm-hmm. So at this moment, what would you advise Forex brokers to do? How should they prepare themselves at this point in time?
Well, you shouldn't start doing this when everyone is already investing, because then they already will have their brokers where they are trading. So they should start going into this new technology. They should start adopting. They should start educating their traders towards that, because if they start becoming the voice and where traders can look for advice in this area, then they'll have a more valuable voice than if they start doing this when crypto is more spread toward among traders. So they should start being early adopters, because probably a lot of their customers are already early adopters. And also, if traders from other fields start looking for crypto information or crypto investments, they should be there so people can find them. And then when both worlds start merging more, the crypto and the Forex world, they already have those traders in. If they wait and see what will happen, well, I don't think the crypto world will disappear anytime soon. So they should be already there, and they should be getting the technology, and they should be helping their customers learn about it.
Definitely. And what about, you said they provide education. How much openness right now do you think there is among FX traders to Bitcoin? Like I remember when we started writing about it on finance magnets, or forex magnets back in the time, we had to publish a like a big explanation, like a opinion column, like explaining why do we write about Bitcoin, because commenters, they used to, reply back in those days, 2013, that, why are you writing about this? This is not a currency. This is just some scam.
Well, as we were speaking before, this is more about early adopters of technology rather than Forex traders that have been trading for many, many years. So I think people that are looking for Forex information, like crypto, are not affecting the currencies itself. Maybe it works like gold, where people go when there is a crisis or something like that. But again, it is an investment asset. It's not a currency. So a lot has to do about education and what is blockchain, and how it is affecting the finance technology itself, which that in the end will affect currencies, more than if the Bitcoin is going up or down, I think, especially if you want to relate it to the Forex market. It's different than if you are directing to just investors and technology geeks, maybe, that need more technical information on what's going on and things like that. But if you are trying to merge it into the Forex world, it has to do a lot more into how technology will also affect currencies itself than only about crypto.
Okay, so I think we covered most of the subjects that I wanted to get to today. Just last thing, if you could tell us more about your work with NewsBTC and what you plan on achieving there.
Well, NewsBTC is a news and analysis portal dedicated specifically to cryptocurrencies. They have been having an amazing growth in the past few years. And right now they got into a point that we need to start serving more complete tools to our readers. So right now we are working into how to deliver better this information, not only through different news and analysis pieces, but also by creating tools and being able to display all this information to traders in a better way, so they can just see in a screen all the information needed to trade. So I'm working closely with Jayo and Jonathan, which are the owners of NewsBTC. At the moment, building the team and also working in creating these new tools. So basically, my job there is a strategic advisor. It's very broad, but it's collecting all the information from the team, collecting information from the users, and trying to serve them the best tools we can build for them.
Sounds very very hard work, but something that's needed. So I want to thank you again, Carolina, for taking the time, and I want to thank our audience for listening. And please, if you want to learn more, make sure to come to the London Summit on November 15th, and you can see Carolina, and myself and panelists discuss the issue of blockchain in the FX industry. Thank you, Carolina.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, and looking forward to seeing you in London.
Me too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.